Hey sis, you want some food? The food you're eating is very rich in energy sources. In BioB 34, we learned that our food is made up of carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids. Now, the bread that you were eating is made up of carbohydrates and is very rich in carbohydrates, and it can be composed of one or many monosaccharides. Monosaccharides include glucose, fructose, and galactose. Now, the galactose could be found in the milk. Now, several monosaccharides attached together can be known as disaccharides, and polysaccharides are several disaccharides attached together. Animals are excellent carbohydrate factories, so there's no such thing as essential carbohydrates. Now, the chocolate bar you were eating is said to be a protein bar. The proteins are built from 20 common building blocks called amino acids. All amino acids contain an amine group, a carboxylate group, and an R group. R group is basically the one that gives the identity. So most of these amino acids can be synthesized, but there are a few that we cannot synthesize, and these are known as the essential amino acids that we must eat food which is rich in protein. Finally is the lipids. Lipids are organic molecules that come in three forms. Neutral fats are the one that we will be focusing on. They contain three fatty acid chains attached to a single glycerol molecule.
It starts with the T, which chops your food to pieces. Then the tongue pushes it down to the esophagus, which is a tube that connects to the stomach. This muscular sac is a storage for food. HCl and enzymes are already in there. Come on now, let's get to work. If you want to digest your food, just raise them up. 'Cause we got to go to the small intestine, which absorbs all the nutrients that are in your food. Yeah, 90% of the nutrients are extracted. The liver, the gallbladder, the pancreas are accessory organs. Now we can move to the large intestine, which absorbs H2O, and then the waste material exits via the anus. So now we know about digestion. I'm all about digestion.
Now that you understood the compartments of the digestive system in that entertaining way, let's look at how these nutrients are broken down and absorbed into our bodies. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are broken down in the duodenum. The duodenum is the first part of the small intestine. In the duodenum, there are pancreatic juices along with enzymes such as amylase. These pancreatic juices and enzymes break down the starch and glycogen of carbohydrates into smaller particles such as disaccharides. The disaccharides are further broken down into monosaccharides such as glucose, which will be used for energy. Proteins. There are very important macromolecules that have several functions. One of the functions is to build muscles and structural components, so that we can get those nice triceps and biceps. Proteins are broken down into amino acids using the enzyme pepsin. This process is taking place in the stomach. The final macromolecule is our favorite, lipids. Most of the digestion occurs in the small intestine with the help of pancreatic lipase. When lipids enter the small intestine, there's a hormonal trigger that start the production of bile. Bile is used to take large lipid particles and break them into smaller particles. This process is known as emulsification. Here's a quick analogy on how bile works. The water is acting like the condition in the small intestine. The soap is bile. And the oil is the hydrophobic lipid. The lipid is unable to mix with water because of its hydrophobic, water-fearing properties. However, the soap, in this case bile, will be able to mix with the lipid and break the lipid into smaller molecules so that it can easily dissolve.